Oh, good morning, I think. Good morning. Good morning. Well, well. Oh, Hmm. If you can hear the music, that's William Byrd, Mass for Five Voices, a beautiful piece of Renaissance Christian devotional music. It is absolutely beautiful music. And I enjoy Renaissance and Baroque era Christian devotional music. It is beautiful music. But I'm digressing because I'm here to talk about public health care. And I'm here to talk about the fact that I'm having a scope done today. Oh, joy! I'm getting a scope done. Yes. Oh, I'm having a scope done. An endoscope. And yeah, it's part of my regular early detection procedure because gut cancer runs in my family, and early detection means early treatment means successful treatment with cancer. Yeah, well, bit of a phlegm problem because the bowel prep, in addition to flushing you out, also causes phlegm buildup in the throat. Very uncomfortable. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going for an endoscope, which is costing me $0 because here in Canada we have public health care. And yeah, we can afford public health care in this country. And we do afford public health care in this country. And we have great public health care in this country. And yes, admittedly, the conservatives want to take this away from us and impose upon us an American style, private, for profit healthcare system that is geared towards maximizing the profits of the shareholders rather than maximizing the health of the public. Yes. Yes, the conservatives will do that. Pierre Poilievre will do that if he gets elected. Doug Ford, as premier, is trying to do that. And yeah, what is it with conservatives trying to take away our health care? And what is it with conservative voters letting them? Yeah. Especially given the fact that conservative voters tend to be the most unhealthy people in the country. Why do they keep voting conservative knowing that the conservatives are going to take away their health care and force them to live with an American style private for profit system that they will not be able to afford because, yes, the private for profit system the Americans have gouges. It gouges. Price gouging is endemic down there. The procedure that I'm getting, an endoscope, they shove the camera up your butt and they shove another camera down your throat. Yeah. And they check for precancerous growths, and if they detect any, they deal with them and pull them out and cauterize the area where they were. Yeah, that procedure here in Canada, the doctors performing it earn a total because they're paid by they're paid a salary, not an hourly wage. So they're paid a few $100s to do it. Some money goes in towards maintaining the hospital, but all that money is paid by the government from tax revenue generated from trade and from taxing the rich. Because here in Canada, we still tax the rich. We do. We tax the rich. And that's a very important thing, taxing the rich. It's why we can afford public health care. You cannot run public health care by taxing the poor, which is why America doesn't have public health care. That, and in America, greedy corporations have what they call lobbying, which means they go to the government and they say, no, you can't privatize, you can't make healthcare public. You can't have poor people going into the hospital. What would happen if poor people had health care? Why, they'd be healthier. We couldn't have that now, could we? The poor people must be shown their place. They must be reminded that they are dirty, inferior creatures that do not deserve health care because they're not rich like us. Only we deserve health care because we're rich. Yeah. Lobbying. Yeah. 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 And yes, while the American healthcare system is at the top level, world class, so is the Canadian system, so is the British system, so is the French system, so is the German system, the Norwegian, the Swedish, the Danish, the Finnish, the Greek, the Italian, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Taiwanese, the South Korean, the Vietnamese, the Cuban, the Australian, and the New Zealander. Yes, and the Turks. The Turks have public health care, and it's world class. It's all world class health care. The difference is that in those countries, it's public health care. And if you go in for regular cancer screening, you pay little to nothing. Whereas in the American private for-profit system, you're paying $15,000 to $20,000 depending on which state you live in for a procedure that here in Canada costs me $0.00. $0.00. And yes, it's the same world-class healthcare that you love to talk about how you have it. But I would like to talk about your not-so-world-class healthcare as well. Your charity hospitals, your religious charity hospitals, some of which are world-class, admittedly, the Catholic charity hospitals, the Jewish charity hospitals. These are wonderful. Yeah. The Presbyterian Church and the Anglican Church both run charity hospitals in America that are pretty much world-class. And then there's the New Independent Fundamentalist Baptist charity hospitals, which are basically a church basement, where a preacher stands over you and waves a Bible over you and screams at the cancer demons to be gone in the name of the Lord. Be gone, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. Yeah. That's charity hospitals in the American Deep South. Yeah. That's what Americans who vote against health care rely on for their healthcare needs. Yeah. Big sneeze there. And yeah, if that's the healthcare you're getting, you're not getting healthcare. Yeah. And the fact that Reverend John Humper is right across from his brother, used car salesman George Humper, and you're signing over your car to John Humper to cure your cancer with prayers, and his brother is raking in the money selling all these cars that have been signed over. Yeah, that should tell you something about these charity hospitals in the American Deep South. Yeah, Yeah. That's the quality of healthcare that a lot of Americans are getting, unfortunately. They're going for the voodoo. Somebody waving a Bible at them, somebody waving a chicken at them, somebody waving a rattle at them. Yeah. Somebody waving magical sand at them. Yeah. Yeah. That is healthcare in America for people of my social class, the poor, the common people, the ordinary folks. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you've got a world-class healthcare system that only the rich can afford. And you've got religious charity hospitals that run the gauntlet from almost as good as world-class hospitals to absolutely abysmal pits of superstitious ignorance, bigotry, and, well, let's face it, faith healing. Ugh, yeah. We don't have those. We just have hospitals. And we have world-class hospitals. And I'm getting a scope done. And I would like every American over the age of 40 to be able to get a scope done before they develop symptoms of stage 4 cancer, so that they can have their cancer detected early, treated early, and thus treated successfully. Because yes, early detection is the key to successful treatment. Early detection. That's why I have subjected myself to this horrible, horrible procedure of flushing out my guts. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Anywho, yeah. Oh, I need to have a shower, brush my teeth, get dressed, wait for my ride, go up to the hospital, check in, and go get my procedure done. Procedure which, again, will be costing me $0.00 out of pocket. It will not bankrupt me, and yes, there is no price gouging involved because, well, yeah, price gouging is illegal in this country, as it is in almost every other civilized country in the world. Yeah. 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 I hope Americans get public health care. I really do. And not just the Americans that I like, although, yes, I want you to have public health care, but also the bad Americans, the horrible Americans, the Americans who want to hurt me personally because I'm not an American and I'm not white and I'm not a Christian. The Americans who want to hurt me for those reasons. I want you to have health care. I want you to be healthier. I want you to have a better life than the life you have now. And maybe if you had a better life, you wouldn't be so full of hatred. Maybe if you had a better life, you'd have a better outlook. In any case, I have a busy day ahead. Take care. Ta-ta. Love yous all. Yeah, and now I'm just waiting for my ride up to the hospital. Rather ghastly weather, I must admit, but yeah, waiting for my ride.